Austin.
I'm Quintin,
And this is XMAS Movies.
the podcast where we talk about Christmas classics that aren't exactly classics. And today we're talking about The Nightmare Before Christmas.
So, okay, this is the one I think that is most universally considered a Christmas classic by many people.
I would disagree with that. I think people can. I think it is the most acclaimed of any of these movies that we've watched so far.
Yeah.
But I don't. But there is an ongoing debate in a weirder way than with some of the other movies on this list, where people debate if they are Christmas movies. People debate if this, because people are debating if it's a Christmas movie or not. People in this case are debating if it's a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie.
Yeah, that's the big thing, I think. Yeah. So, this movie is first off very good.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Yeah, it's a very simple movie. It's not there isn't really too much going on like in terms of like story, but like it is definitely a very like good simple movie.
Yeah, I don't have as much to say about it in terms of that. I think it is a good movie. I think it's the one thing that almost everyone can agree on. I know people who like it isn't their thing, but I've never met anyone who hates this movie.
No, yeah, I don't think you'd get weird looks if you said you hated this movie.
Yeah.
Because like it's like, well, what's there to hate? It's like there's it's all like very well done, and like all of like the music in this movie is very iconic and like in like its own nature, and like all of it's very interesting. But yeah, the debate surrounding this is definitely the most interesting part about this movie, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like where it fits in, because like for the majority of this film, it's primarily Jack trying to bring Christmas to Halloween Town, and the majority of the film does take place in Halloween Town.
Yes.
And like the majority of the aesthetic is from Halloween, while there is a lot of like Christmas like kind of like things, but like it's all being corrupted by like this Halloween and its aesthetic. It's kind of like this weird mesh between the two. But yeah, it's like, and that's kind of like where the debate comes in, which is like, okay, well, if it's talking about Christmas as it relates to Halloween, then is it a Christmas movie? But like, yeah, it's just this weird meeting of these two very polar opposite holidays.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people claim that it's a Thanksgiving movie because the majority of this movie takes place in November. It actually starts like as Halloween ends, and then it goes till Christmas. I
don't agree with that.
No, I know, but like I've met people who actually believe that, and it's stupid and not correct.
Watching this around Thanksgiving, but like I don't think it is a Thanksgiving movie.
I like, this is the one movie where like I think there's not a whole lot we can talk about in terms of the film's quality. I think it's very good movie. Animation's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the design of everything. Songs are great. That's about all we can say about it. I think this is the one movie where the subtextual argument of whether or not it is a Christmas movie is kind of the very explicit text of this film.
Yeah. And it's strange because like if you look at the things like the music and stuff like that, it's very clearly trying to emulate primarily a Halloween aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
In most of the songs are in like minor keys or very somber, or they're like that. The only song that's kind of like really upbeat is What's This, which takes place in Christmas Town.
Yeah.
And it's like, and like that like leads me to believe that it's not as much of a Christmas movie because of that. Like,
I think that funnily enough, I'm trying to think of ways to talk about this while still extending this to 20 minutes. I'm trying to think of ways to talk about this without ending the conversation almost immediately. Because this is
this is gonna be a short episode.
Yeah,
this is going to be the shortest episode.
Yeah. I think it is very much about that argument of like it about like what I'm trying to think of what to say. I'm trying to think of how I think about this movie because I very rarely think about this movie.
So I think it's kind of it can be argued of like I feel like the main it's weird because the main kind of message in this movie is like be happy in your own situation and learn how to like make the best of your own situation, and that you don't need to go to other places to necessarily find yourself.
Mm.
I don't which yeah, I mean depending on your reading of that can be a somewhat intriguing way in like one way can be read as stay in your fucking lane or
That's how I read it the first time I watched
yeah,
this movie. I was like, that feels strange
yeah.
to me.
The other is be content in your lane, which like it's kind of it's weird. It's clearly not trying to be that. Like it but that like if you on paper, that's what it's saying. But if you like look more into the movie and like how like well everything is different after he's experienced this. It's like you can look to maybe it's trying to say you can look to the outside for new experiences, but you can't be something that you're not necessarily. I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
this weird like trying to justify well if this person's happy then like if we're talking I think it's primarily about happiness I guess is like trying to find happiness like Jack is trying to find like some sort of fulfillment.
I don't think this movie functions well if you try to take it outside of Halloween and Christmas. If you
Yeah.
try to apply the message anywhere else, I think it comes off kind of weird. And that's why the first time I watched this movie, I was like, that's odd to me that it's like saying it's kind of saying like, don't fucking try to change.
Yeah.
You can look at other things and you can be a little different, but like fucking stick with your shit.
Yeah.
Jack, let me be Santa Claus. But I think it's a lot more about the transitional period, in my opinion, between the two holidays, because I think a lot of people try to jump very
Immediately.
fast, like immediately from Halloween to Christmas.
I love, oh my god, the Mariah Carey meme where she's just on the roof and starts singing. I don't.
Oh my god.
I don't. I'm not going to continue because I don't. This podcast isn't getting viewed by enough people for us to get a really bad copyright strike. But like this, it is. I don't want to continue with that.
No, we are. I want to say we're on our last legs. We never had any legs to stand on. If
Yeah.
Mariah Carey comes after us, we're done immediately. The second
Much like
she'll think about it, and the podcast will be obliterated off every platform.
it's just taking a shotgun to the head.
But
Oh my God.
it is in my opinion, the way I've always heard the movie, it's about like saying like you can appreciate Halloween, like give these holidays their own space and like the time to have like actually enjoy them.
It is very weird because I feel like the most popular holidays are Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Inarguably, those are the two most popular holidays, and like the other like the reason other holidays like are even like really like kind of discussed is they're kind of just drinking holidays. Basically all of the other holidays that I can think of off the top of my head outside of religious holidays or religiously associated, even some religiously associated holidays, they're just drinking holidays.
Well, I mean, most holidays in America started as religious holidays.
Yeah.
Halloween is All Hallows Eve,
Yeah.
which has some religious roots.
It's more of I think it's more of it has more pagan roots.
It's
than
still
religious roots. If I
pagan.
I
That's
know.
a religion.
I'm thinking of it in terms of Christianity because Christianity has been the dominant religion in the U.S.
No, well,
like-
yeah, but then you get Christmas, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day. All of those are rooted in Christianity.
Yeah, but like I would say like the holidays that everybody celebrates, out of all of them, the ones or that a lot of people celebrate at least in some way, even if it's not in a religious manner, the two that have formed the most clear identity for themselves are Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah.
Because they have like it's just like this like how like if you look at like how it works, Halloween has basically occupied the entire month of October. Yeah, that's just
Yeah,
just
no, I
happens.
agree
And,
with that.
And like Christmas has occupied everything after that
Could
essentially.
you just not hit the table, please?
Christmas, okay, but yeah, Christmas has occupied essentially, depending on where you start, I say end of Thanksgiving. A lot of people say November 1st, which is wrong, but a lot, basically that plus the entire month of December. It's like,
Do you like Thanksgiving or something?
I think it's fine, but like much like this movie says, it's kind of like just like I feel like Thanksgiving deserves some time and recognition, even if it's only like the day.
No,
I just
it
think
reserve
starting
it does it dinner. The 2
dinner.
hours for dinner, that's it. Thanksgiving is a stupid holiday. We're not going to talk about this. My issue with it is it's promoting unity on a day in history, on a feast in history that was largely performative unity.
Yeah.
And it feels shitty.
Yeah.
But this movie is promoting giving, in my opinion, this is my own reading. I think you can read it different ways. It's giving each holiday its own space and time to breathe and like be its own thing. Because I think this movie is very much about someone trying to jump the gun a little bit, which like ends up like it like causes like problems, and I think when you jump the gun it causes
like a dissonance, which is like
yeah, exactly. But at the end of the day it ends up being okay, and through that dissonance I think a lot of people, myself included, have tried to jump the gun in terms of like when they want to start like celebrating holidays, and then through that they have I mean, in this movie, at the very end, all of the residents of Halloween Town discovered the true meaning of Christmas when the snow falls for the first time. And I think a lot of people, like, they realize, like, because I think, oh, God, this is the third to last episode. I didn't think I would be getting into this fast, but the true meaning of Christmas
fuck, we're getting there, okay.
is about, like, is the idea that Christmas has meaning, and like it's about the traditions that you attribute to
the
it.
Meaning of Christmas is the meaning of Christmas is the meaning of Christmas.
Yeah. That was what I said was a direct quote from Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas, which is itself my own Christmas tradition, which is I watch that every year with people. I watch that one episode of Community every year, and I think this movie is kind of about that. It's about like giving those traditions and the things you do to celebrate, like letting them be their own thing. Like you don't have to do it immediately. You can let the holidays breathe, and you can find basically if you try and search for meaning, it's going to be hard. It's going to elude you even more.
Yeah. That's actually a lot of what this film is about. Because that's kind of like Jack's like entire thing is like trying to figure out how all this works, and he's just not able to really grasp it because there really isn't a reason.
No, exactly.
There isn't a specific reason to why it all works.
Yeah,
really.
when you try to get into like the mechanics of a holiday, you end up like if an alien were to come down, which is kind of what Jack is to Christmas, he's an alien. When you try to look at the mechanics of a holiday, and you look at like, oh, Christmas is, you look at like the traditions people have and you try to analyze them, and you're like, oh, Christmas is about old men leaving boxes under trees and shit like that. Like if you look at it in terms of
like
what the
outsider's perspective,
if you look at it in terms of what it actually is, it doesn't actually mean anything. The meaning that everything has is the meaning that we imbue in it. And we only get that if we like just let it be and we give it space and we don't think about it and we just kind of let it
just go with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Go with the insanity for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You almost died there.
Yeah.
That would have been a sad
that would have been a sad way to end. Holy shit.
It's like Jonathan Larson dying before Rent premiered.
No, don't compare it to that. No, don't compare me to that.
This is our rent.
This is not our rent.
This
I
is
don't
our
want
rent.
this to be our rent.
But yeah, do you have any final thoughts?
Well, I guess then, is this a Christmas movie?
I think I don't even know where I want to place this on the list, because in my eyes it's not a movie. It's not a Christmas movie in my eyes, and it's also not a movie set at Christmas. It is a movie about the conversation of like the holidays.
It's a movie commenting on the nature of holidays, which it makes me want to give it the benefit of the doubt in terms of like where we'd place it on this list, where it is at least at the top of the movies that are not Christmas movies. It is the closest non-Christmas movie can come to being a Christmas movie, not because it's trying to be a Christmas movie, but is commenting on the nature of holidays itself.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So, which means that we've placed A Nightmare Before Christmas under Jingle All the Way.
I don't really think it should be there, though. Like, not even in terms of just how much I hate Jingle All the Way, but in terms of
have we placed every single movie we've seen since? No, that's a lie, because Jingle All the Way is the fourth movie we saw.
Yeah.
Okay. 50% of the movies that we've seen since Jingle All the Way have been below Jingle All the Way.
I'm tempted to place it above Home Alone 2.
Yeah, I'd argue that, because at least this is actually has, unlike those two movies, this has thoughtful commentary on the nature of holidays, which therefore makes it better than those two movies in terms of in terms of its commentary on Christmas, because it's doing a very good job at commenting on the general nature of holidays.
Yeah, I think so. Below Iron Man 3 or above? Because I think it has a lot of the Halloween aesthetic, but I think, just like you're saying, just the nature of the commentary in the film.
What's above Iron Man 3 again? Gremlins?
Yeah, Gremlins.
Damn. I don't know. I think below Iron Man 3, because I think Iron Man 3 is specific is as much as I view that more as a Marvel movie, it does feel more like a specifically Christmas movie, which wants me to give it points for that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'd say below Iron Man 3 is an adequate place to put that.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Yeah. So that's this episode.
Yeah. Next week.
Next week.
Next week.
Next week.
Next episode.
My friend, next week it is going to be.
Next week I'm in Hawaii.
Next week. Christmas is over.
Yeah. Well,
when this episode comes out, a week from the day that this episode is supposed to come out, it is past Christmas.
Yeah. That's.
But I think a week from the day that this episode comes out is the 30th.
It's like the 15th. It's the 16th.
The day this episode comes out.
Oh, the way. Oh, fuck.
Oh my god. Next
time.
Tomorrow we're gonna be talking about
next time on Xmas movies.
Tokyo Godfathers, which I am really excited.
I'm excited for this one, actually.
I am too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm Austin.
I'm Quintin.
Thank you so much for watching.
Happy holidays.
Listening. I don't know. Fucking shit.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.